Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where we are currently rather in debt and also rather stressed, and also there's a faction brewing up here. We need to figure out what the actual strength of this is. I just started up the game, so this is all going to be wrong. We'll need to let it tick here. That's the tick there. Okay, so this is the real faction strength at this moment. So we see that there are some Somali populace, a Liberty faction there that might think about following this. This Independence faction is probably the real problem. Wow, this is a count tier title and he has 10k troops? That's insane. Okay, that's absolutely crazy. Now, we need to do something about the vassals over here, absolutely. This ransom is acceptable. Hey, this is popping up correctly now. That looks good. And I want to think about pulling ourselves out of debt with ransoming, if possible. Now, we're currently 15. We're going to come of age eventually on 10 September of this year. Okay, so that seems good. We're making money right now, but we are in debt at this moment. So what do we want to do here? Well, this guy's our prisoner, and we could ransom him for 50 gold. Done. This guy's our prisoner and vassal. But he's a high Hogan. So I'm going to ransom him as well. 47 gold. So that's about 100 total gold. We can ransom this guy for 25. That sounds good. This guy for 30. Yes. 30 gold. Yes. This guy wouldn't accept it. Okay. Wouldn't accept, wouldn't accept. You would for 50 additional gold. Okay, where does that put us? -4? That's not bad. So we're about to be out of debt here. That is phenomenal. We need a new chancellor, which is going to be this guy, although I'm wondering, should we put anybody like this guy in there? He's only skill 9. But that might be enough to get him to leave. Probably not, but he might. Let's see what he does there. So he's now at plus 100 opinion. Okay, he would actually leave that faction. He hasn't. There we go. So they're now too weak to send an ultimatum. These guys are right on the line. I think we might have avoided it. That was lucky. Okay, I like it. That's really, really solid. And bringing ourselves out of debt was important there too. That being in debt is not good for vassal opinion. So that seems fine for right now. This ransom is absolutely acceptable, and this ransom is as well. So that seems good. We are replenishing our men-at-arms right now. So those will be done soon enough. This ransom is fine. We do need to deal with our stress, and we're going to come of age very soon here. When we come of age, we need this guy to leave office. We're working on swaying him, but he's self-interested. And I'm not sure that we're ever going to be able to convince him not to be. We should probably consider leveraging prestige to swing the scales against him. That will cause him to lose 10 opinion, but that will drop him off of level 5 and put him onto level 4. And that sway was, I think, successful. We'll summon the physician here. A soft approach is best. We'll summon the physician again, and a soft approach is still best. Fantastic. And we were successful on both of those. Sounds good. Okay, we have come of age, we became a fortune builder, and I want to end this entrenched regency as soon as possible. He would not accept this, minus 63% chance, due to personality and scales of power. Mostly personality. His opinion of us is nearly maxed out. So plus 90 due to opinion, minus 25 due to deceitful, and minus 50 due to ambitious. So he does have a positive loyalty at this moment, but he is still considered self-interested. We could send him a gift and gain 45 opinion. I'm gonna do it, and we'll see what that puts him at. Plus 100. And if we end this entrenched regency, he would not accept gold. It's just due to personality. Okay, so he's just a problem. This is going to be a bunch of stress. But we got to do it. We got to get rid of this guy. We also need to get married, and that is obviously true. So we have our betrothed here, and she is mediocre on the stewardship. So that is fine. We'll do it. The Regent is not loyal enough to consent to being married off. What? Okay. That's exciting. Melancholic or losing a level of fame to lose 30 stress. We lose the trait ambitious and we gain the trait wrathful. That's not ideal. Melancholic is not ideal either. So we'll just lose some stress this way. So we're going to need to find ourselves a stewardship wife, right? That is absolutely something that we need right now. Skill 26 is not bad. We'd lose a lot of legitimacy, though. So I don't want to do that. Skill 25, you'd be lowborn as well. Skill 23, you would work. That seems fine. We're the new culture head, and we're going to make you be our... You should be our... Yeah, you're betrothed. That's right. That looks good. So you can be on managed domain. That's 11 out of 13. So that's very interesting, actually. We only need to be at 11 of 11, which we were at by default. So technically, she doesn't need to be our main spouse, but it's reasonably fine. We can just grab other titles if we need to. So we can grab stewardship wealth focus here, which I do want to do. We want to be building up some wealth here, but we probably want to lose some stress. We can definitely do that with something like a grand tournament, with our goal being stress loss. That's expensive, and that's one of the reasons why we want gold. Okay, so the Regent is not loyal enough to consent to being married off. But yet we were able to marry someone else. Okay. Our Regent is a problem, right? He is avaricious, he's ambitious, he's deceitful, he's greedy. It's a big deal. He's at 100% loyalty, and he's still self-interested, and he won't do anything. Do we want him to have a good omen? No, we're going to give him a bad omen. He spent many sleepless nights worrying. Fantastic. Okay, so at this point, what I want to do is I want to hop into our intrigue. We've got this murder scheme going on. We're going to stop swaying him. There are no agents to bring in. That's inauspicious. Intimidated, intimidated, terrified, terrified, intimidated. Okay. Scorpion of Kong North just had a successor, and honestly, this doesn't seem like it's going to happen. Not with this number of agents. What else can we do? He has no chance of acceptance here. There's very little that we can actually do about this guy. Very little indeed. He has no legitimacy, but we can't take any hostile actions against him. So that's awkward. No doubt about it. We'll put this guy in as our tax collector. That'll be reasonably fine. And we do need to do something about our accolades here. So we need a successor here. Duna, skill 12? Sure. So let's go down to skill 12. Duna. There we go. We'll put you in. Okay, what do we have for the Scorpion of Kong North? We need a worthy accolade successor. Sounds good. And then for the most expert of the Mel Spears, Bunama, skill 14. Where are you? There you are. Fantastic. We'll just put you right on it. Okay, so our Regent is a problem, right? No doubt about that. We are still working on murdering him. Unfortunately, the only agent that we had left. So that's very sad. What can we do about this guy, though? We've already maxed out his opinion. There's really nothing we can do. It's just over with this guy, I think. Sure, I guess we'll allow that. That seems reasonably fine. We could start a legend, but I don't really want to do that right now. What I want to do right now is I want to lose stress. I feel like that's the biggest thing that we need to do. So we're going to continue to tick forward and make some money here. That is going to be important. And yes, the Scorpion of Kong North absolutely does need a successor. We're seeking one. We'll see if we manage to find one. So we need a lot of gold overall. There's one. Fantastic. A successor. Let's hop right on in here and make that guy be the successor. Wait, did I see that we could have 4? No. No, I did not. Okay. We should probably check in on our culture here. We are currently fascinating hoardings and exposing windmills. That's fine, I think. I don't really have a problem with that. This is acceptable. Actually, we just gave him that. I thought that he was I thought that he was trying to ransom himself. Oh well, it doesn't matter. So these guys are still thinking about brewing up. But I don't think that we're going to have a significant issue there. This guy died to typhus. Okay, sure. Wait, our regent just changed. Our wife is our regent now. And she'll just give up the job. Perfect. I don't know how that happened, but good job, wife. I like it. So that is phenomenal. Now, that puts us at 11 of 10. Our regent was the reason why we were at 11 of 11. So I want to check in here. Yeah, she's skill 23 on managed domain. That's a little shocking. Is it because of our stress level? I don't think so. A shadow over Messina, huh? Okay, we'll summon the physician. A soft approach is, of course, best. And we need a new spy master, which will be this person. Looks good. Okay, they failed the early prevention. Now, we are over our domain limit. I'm going to grant out Bandama here. That's not a big deal. So that's dealt with, no problem. We need to drop our stress, and we're not too concerned about our prestige. Oh boy. The alms event is really rough for us. 225 gold is what we're going to have to spend. But it's gross. No doubt about that. It is super gross. Our Empress would become our rival? No. No, our Empress got us out of the Regency. So, no. And here's the alms event again. Every single time this pops up, it's 225 gold or 50 stress. Now, the interesting thing is we are not actually risking exposure here, so that's good, but it's still very, very expensive. Incredibly expensive. Now, we can start working on expansion now that our economy is in a little bit better of a position. And look at this, another 225 gold down the toilet. That alms event, in my opinion, pops just too frequently. I get that we have a large realm, and it's probably based on the plagues that are in our realm, but even so, even early on, it popped too frequently. So, there is that. So, we've got a couple of territories that we need to take over here. Socotra is a big one. No, it's too expensive. So, we want to attack Socotra down over here. I'd like to do a Duchy Conquer on the Emirate of Socotra and attack down over here. We can get that done. He's got 15,000 troops. So let's get that over with. I don't know if we need this for unifying Africa. We should probably check in on that. So the Africa region here. Is this considered part of the Africa region? It's not. Okay, so what do we actually need to do that? Well, we need Tunis and Maghreb. So that's fine. We're going to work on those, but I want to get Socotra underway first. So we're going to raise up a small amount of forces here. And there goes 225 more gold from alms. Of course, we can just say are there no sick houses if we weren't compassionate. Compassionate is the real problem here. And that's interesting because the mere fact that the alms event exists turns compassionate from a pretty decent trait. I mean, it's not great for your dread, but from a pretty decent trait into a truly, truly terrible one. One that you don't want under any circumstances. One that if you were attempting to play optimally, I would argue you should attempt to have a succession as soon as possible if you have someone with that trait. Like, it's such a big deal. We're going to save a fortune here and gain 450 gold. I'm sure it'll immediately go away to the alms event, but whatever. They're going to siege up over here. Okay, yep, there it goes. 225 more gold to the alms event. Like, that thing pops so frequently. And it's so expensive when you're compassionate. It's a little too much, in my opinion. Like, all of our gold is going away due to just that. I mean, yeah, we have our forces raised right now, and that's not helpful, but we're going to come on down over here now that we've got ticking war score. We're at 13%, and where's their capital? Up over here? Okay. We're going to need to stack wipe their army. Our friend died, and that brings our stress up. Our stress is already turbo high. Here's the alms event again. Minus 225 more gold. It just happens so much. There's not really much you can do about it either. It's just kind of insane. So we easily win this battle. That was not a stack wipe, in fact. Let's hop over here and start sieging. We're at 68%. Ticking war score is happening here. We do get a stewardship lifestyle perk, so that gets us golden obligations. Hopefully we'll be able to offset those alms events, because yikes. Basically, the way that it works is the alms events makes you choose, if you're not compassionate, between losing all of your piety or losing all of your gold. If you are compassionate, you have to choose between losing all of your gold or losing all of your stress. Either way, it just happens too frequently, in my opinion. We are going to root them out, and we're going to leave besiegers here because they're coming back to Socotra to attempt to stop our ticking war score, which makes a lot of sense, but we're going to be putting so much money into this. We had so much money when we declared, and there's the alms event again. Goodbye, another 225 gold. It's so much gold. And now we're in a point where we absolutely need to exit this war, like, immediately, because of that alms event. It's insane. Absolutely insane how much that costs when you're compassionate. So we are, of course, in debt, and that caused us a bad event. But let's get this finished up. That wrapped up the war. Good. So we can exit that war, but now we have a bunch of debt to pay off. And we'll see how that alms event goes, but I expect it'll be a problem. Okay. So we absolutely need to pay, or rather get this ransom. That is very necessary. There's the alms event again, minus 225 more gold. Okay. So that's all a thing, right? It's just so expensive when you're compassionate. It's very rough. Very, very rough. Sure, we'll take 25 gold. We absolutely need it. We are going very negative right now. Bad air, we really can't afford it, but we also can't afford the stress. That's going to take us up to stress level 3. Actually, we are still at stress level 3. We're just going to have a mental break. This guy would become our friend. Sure. And we did manage to reduce our stress level there, but we lose a level of fame. That's understood. This ransom is absolutely something we have to take right now. Our stress level is just so high at this moment. There is a dangerous faction here. The Mongol Khan is dead, and that is this faction, understood. So this is the Queen of Nubia. There's not much we can do about it because we're in debt. I would absolutely love to get this situation handled, but without having gold, there's not a lot that can be done there. We're going to get this 30 gold. We're going to get this 10 gold. 50 gold looks good. 30 gold looks good. We need all the gold we can get our hands on since we're compassionate. It's really rough. No doubt about it. So the Skull Goblet was destroyed. That's understood. Here's the alms event again. 225 more gold down the drain. Okay. So we are indeed bankrupt, and we're going to confiscate religious property to raise funds. That brings us up to 287. So that's something, anyway. We do have a bad trait here somewhere. That is in Kong. Okay, noted. Bandits running rampant here. So we're going to immediately cleanse that off, and then we're going to move it up over here because this has a lackluster administration. So that is going to need to get cleansed off as well, which should happen in this next month or two, I think. Plus 0.43. That's not a lot of control, actually. Well, what do we got going on here? We'll gain some prestige. That seems okay. We'll get a pet cat, actually. That is very important because that is something that we can do to lose stress. So we'll pet pause. 10 stress gone. Good. We absolutely need a lot of stress reduction. And we can hold court. We probably should do so. Let's gesture for the first in line to approach. 750 gold. We really can't afford it. We really, really can't. Pays 250 gold for us, and we'd have to host a feast? Done. We'll do it. Arrest the grave robber. Definitely. And our business here is done. Okay, so we need to hold a feast, right? That is absolutely something that we need. It's going to cost 315 total gold. Noted. So we're going to need a fair amount of gold here. Demand artifact to get out of here. So most of our gold right now is going into replenishing our men-at-arms. And we'll summon the physician. Do we have a physician? Hang on. We don't. We should put in this guy. Okay. They all failed to impress me. A soft approach is best. There we go. So we're going to continue to work on our control levels in Kong North and in Felona. Those will come up reasonably quickly. So that's fine. There is a dangerous faction here. Early prevention success looks good. And this is a Liberty faction? Okay, noted. So note how there's so many weak rulers over here. It's a bit of a problem, to be sure. We can demand payments from these people, and we're absolutely going to do so. We need all the gold we can get. We're at 198 right now, and we need to hold a feast. So let's plan this feast. This will be, I believe, in our capital, right? I'm not sure where that has to be, now that I think about it. Recreation is fine, and I don't care about the prestige gain, so we're going to turn down our dish complexity, and we're going to start this feast as cheaply as possible. We have a lovely time ahead of us. Indeed. So that's all fine. We're holding a feast here that will hopefully reduce our stress levels. There's a disillusion faction created against us. Okay. What we need right now is to get our hands on a decent amount of gold. That is the most important thing. So this feast is still ongoing. In fact, 6 months until it begins. So that's fine. We do see a disease passing through here. Okay, these guys are a thing too. We have a dynasty legacy available. We're going to take inherited tactics. That is going to be beneficial for us militarily, for sure. That's absolutely fine. Okay, she became our steward. That's fine. I don't care about that, really. Yes, show in this guy and serve me well. Excellent. We're working our way back up in the prestige levels, and that's fine. Now, we have a fair amount of plague resistance in these locations. So the plague isn't too bad over here, but it is a little bit grim. Demand artifact, no. Speaking of which, we should probably hop in here. We have a fair number of these at this point. I'm going to destroy this artifact and this one. They're both very close to being destroyed. Same with this. We don't have a regalia right now. We can put in this perfume and our prize necklace. That'll be fine. And we have no crown. That's okay. So what I want to do now is I want to hop out over here and take a quick peek. Yes. Okay. So we need to create the kingdom title of Ajuran. We're going to do that. That de jure goes down here. Now, she is in the faction, but I'm going to grant this title to her, and she'll probably be happy enough to leave the faction just from that. Yes. She is no longer interested in being in that faction. That's perfect. Now, I want to check in on this Liberty faction. Who all's angry in this one? Nobody actually down over here other than this guy. He's only 2.7%. Well, this guy's over here as well. Interesting. Okay, we need a counselor, and do we have a powerful vassal who wants to be on the council? Actually, yes. We've got Malika and Thelia here, and that would be fine. We can make her be our spy master. She's probably not good at the job, but that'll boost her opinion dramatically, and she's no longer interested in being in this faction. Okay, so now we've still got this Liberty faction here. This guy's at 278, 211, 186, 426, 18. It would cost us 225 gold. What's he angry about? No alliance as clan vassal? Zakat. What is this? Ah, luxury tax. Okay. He's upset about his tax decree. Welcome, friends. The feast is beginning. Disaster has struck. We all have to pitch in. Come on now. So that gives us a bunch of gold. We can immediately throw that gold at this guy. And he will now leave the faction. Losing 100 stress. Amazing. Do it. Pause charmed our vassal. We're very happy about that. And we're going to lose an additional 15 stress and get closer to making a friend with our wife. That is absolutely wonderful. Lively feast indeed. We have a stewardship perk available, and we are going to take It Is My Domain. We need the cash. Okay, losing an additional 30 stress. We should be able to extort our subjects. We'll finish that feast. Yes, indeed we can. Now, where are my loyal subjects? Excellent. They even live by my mercy alone. So that is good. We have that all under control at this point. It is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to attack these guys up over here. I think we've got this under control at this point. But that was a very, very awkward succession. It's taken us 20 years to get it under control. Okay. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Atala, Ali Lee, Dark Horse, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video. And as always, I will see you all next time.